I shared this routine on my channel fairly recently, and it's one that looks really simple. Yellows and reds. Yellows go in the far side, reds go in this near side, and then the 8-ball in the opposite pocket. And it looks so simple, but actually it's caught quite a few people out, and I've had a few people message me and ask me about how to pick the right position onto the next ball and as you work through the routine. So I thought I'd redo it again, and I'm going to highlight what I'm thinking and how I visualize where I need to be on my next ball. The reason I like this routine is because the margin of error on the shots is so small. It's crossing the line, it's not going, more often than not you want to be traveling down the line to perfect position so you can over and under hit the shot and still be fine. This time you're going across it, so you actually have to be very, very precise, and it's going to really improve your cue ball control. You only have to be a fraction too far, and you're going to be too thin on the next ball, you're not going to be able to hold, and if you're not far enough you're going to be just off straight the wrong way and you can't get on the next ball at all. So really important that cue ball control is absolutely everything on this routine. So let's run through it and see how we get on. So the first thing, yellow to this far corner, and if I stand this side of the table I can't really tell. I know I need to be here to be on that red, but I can't tell how far I need to be. So I always, if you're struggling to see it, walk round, have a look, work out. And what I like to do is work out where is perfect. So let's find my perfect, and I think that's here. And then I look to see my margin of error, and I think I can be within that line there to be low, and then the same thing on high. I have to be somewhere. If I'm this side of this cue now, I'm nowhere. So I now know that where perfect is here. So I visualize the area on the table I want to be, and then I try and hit that spot, and then have what margin of error I have got is either side of that spot. So I now know where I need to hit. I come around the table and I try and hit that spot. Yeah, I'm within my quadrant. I'm a little closer to the cushion than I would have been perfect. I'd love to have been there. But as you could see, because I'm creating this quadrant, I have more margin of error in the further away from the ball I get. That's just the way this one's lined up. So I'm happy that I have an angle I can then achieve the next shot. And I'll do the same thing again. So I'll walk round and I'll work out my perfect, I'll work out my margin. So I think I'm happy with that there. That would be perfect, anything on the cue line. That would be about as thin as I'd be prepared to go. And then anything that's about as straight as you can get. So margin is very small again. I'll come back round and I will work out, and I'm seeing that line, that center line of the area I need to land in. That is what I am seeing. That is what I'm trying to land on, and I'm trying to get to there. I can see it from this side of the table. Now just execute again. And we come round and we look, and we are within our zone again, so we can continue this visit. We're a little bit on the straight side, so my margin of error on the next shot's going to be smaller, but I can still continue because I'm within my zone on that last one. So let's go and have a look, and we'll come round again and I'll work it out again. I'm happy with anything here. I'd say that to me would be perfect. That is about as thin as I can go, and that's as straight as I can go. So notice how my quadrant's actually getting smaller as we go further down the table. My cue ball needs to get tighter as we go further down the table. So I can see that perfect line in my eye line. I can see it, and I can make a decision now. Do I want to punch it in and come, and because I'm quite straight on this, or do I back myself to, the closer I am to the red, the smaller my margin of error is, but because I'm only going to be moving the cue ball a small amount, I feel that might be the best way to hit the zone this time. So we'll have a quick look again just to check. Now I've decided just to slow roll it, and again, yeah, I can see my line. Let's come round and let's just drop this in and hit that spot. Come around and have a look, and we are very much on the thin side, if not too thin. So how I rolled it in, I was really tight on my margin of error. I've gone probably too far. Let's see if I can recover the situation. I'm probably going to have to play the cue ball right onto the cushion because I'm so thin on this. The path of the cue ball, I can't get to my low part of margin here for the next ball, so I'm going to have to just accept bad shape and try and recover. So that is about as straight as I'm prepared to go. That would be perfect, and I know I can't go to the left of perfect because of the angle I've left, so I'm just seeing what I can do, and I can see it. Let's come round and let's see if I can hit it. We're going to have to probably put the cue ball on the cushion. Let's come round. Yeah, and I'm within my zone. I'm back to just off straight. So again, I've recovered the situation a little bit, but the margin of error on the next shot is going to be very small as well. So I come back round. Let's have another look. Where do I want to land? And again, I mean, straight is perfect this time, so I can just top through. I can get away with just a fraction past straight, but I can't, anything short of straight, I'm done. So that is the margin one way, and that's probably the margin the other way. So my quadrant is actually really small, but I am aware of it. And let's roll it through. And I'm back to perfect shape. So a couple of loose positional shots where I was right on the edge of my margin, but the reason we work out that margin is so that we can continue to visit. And now I come back round, I've got much more room to land on the black. Just top this through. And then make sure of the 8 ball, don't do anything silly like missing it. So this is a really challenging routine. I've shown it before. Hopefully this time I've given you a bit more of an insight into what I'm thinking about when I'm trying to make it, trying to find the perfect spot. I'm visualizing, other players will do it a different way, but I am visualizing that area on the table where I can land. I am visualizing perfection, and then I'm visualizing my margin both sides of the perfection, so whether I go too far or too low. And I'm also giving some consideration on a couple of the last shots. It was like, okay, my margin is, I've got more margin one way than the other, so although perfect might be here, if I'm short of perfect, I'm on nothing, so I'm happy to go that shade past perfect to make sure I can play the next shot. For me, it's all about visualization and really trying to be very precise on where you're trying to put the cue ball. So there's definitely something to work on. Don't just pot a ball and can float it in and think anywhere on that side of the table is fine, because if you ever think that, it's amazing how often you finish in the one place where it isn't fine. You really have to be very careful, especially with this routine, which looks easy and it really isn't. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little routine and this video. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, and of course, if you have enjoyed it, then please hit that subscribe button and the bell that's with it as well. And I'll catch you next time.